A crimson smear stained my cheek, a vivid emblem of treachery. My wife of 10 years, Liliana, staggered through the front door, her breath heavy with the stench of cheap tequila, and an unfamiliar floral perfume that clung to her like a stranger's touch. "Sorry I'm late, sweetheart," she slurred, her lips brushing my face in a clumsy kiss. "Girls' night went a bit long." Her laugh, once a comforting melody, now sent a chill through me. Something was deeply, disturbingly wrong. Her frequent late nights had become a pattern, her explanations thin, missed calls, hushed phone conversations, a newfound fixation on her appearance, evasive answers and nervous glances. I tried to brush off the doubts, telling myself I was imagining things, but the gnawing dread in my stomach grew with each vague response. That night, as she sank into a drunken slumber, her phone buzzed on the nightstand. I knew snooping was wrong, but suspicion had taken hold. I seized the phone. A message from someone labeled Spa Day lit up the screen. "Last night was unforgettable. Missing you already. X." My hands trembled as I unlocked the device. Weeks of texts unrolled before me. Secret meetings, passionate exchanges, whispered terms of affection. My world tilted. Liliana, my gentle, clever, loyal Liliana, was caught in an affair. The voicemails broke me more than the texts ever could. I pressed play. A smooth, self-assured male voice murmured, "Hey beautiful. Can't get you out of my head. Tomorrow, yeah?" Then her voice, vibrant and elated, "Daniel, you're all I can think about. Being with you, it's everything." The name Daniel struck like a blow. I sat in the dark, clutching her phone, my life unraveling. No tears fell, no cries escaped. A cold numbness settled over me, but beneath it, something sharp and frigid began to coalesce. The next morning Liliana awoke, groggy and uneasy. I handed her a steaming cup of coffee, my voice even. "How was your night out with the girls?" She sipped, eyes darting away. "So much fun. Too much tequila though." "I bet," I said, a subtle edge slipping into my tone. She didn't notice. "How was the spa?" Her hand jerked, coffee spilling across the table. "What? Spa? What are you talking about?" Silently, I picked up her phone and played the second voicemail. Her voice filled the room, proclaiming her love for Daniel. Her face paled, her breath catching in her throat. "Who's Daniel?" I asked, my tone low and controlled. She stumbled over her words, grasping for excuses, but her guilt was undeniable. I can explain," she stammered. "Explain what?" I snapped, my restraint shattering. "How you betrayed me. How you destroyed us." In the days that followed, the truth pieced itself together like a bitter puzzle. Daniel was a colleague she'd met at a work conference. Her girls' nights were fabrications, alibis for secret evenings with him. She swore it was a mistake, a momentary lapse, but every detail felt calculated. My life fell apart, yet amidst the wreckage, a resolute strength began to form. I refused to let this define me forever. But first I needed to confront him. Finding Daniel was easy. Social media painted a clear picture of his life. Charming, accomplished, a devoted family man. I waited for him outside his workplace one cold evening. When he saw me, recognition flickered across his face. "You're Liliana's husband," he said. "That's right," I replied, my voice steady but firm. "We need to have a conversation." I didn't shout or threaten. I calmly recounted what I knew, every text, every call, every lie. I played the voicemails. His confident facade crumbled. He stammered, deflected, tried to pin the blame on Liliana. I locked eyes with him. "You destroyed my marriage," I said. "Now I'll destroy yours." I walked away, leaving him shaken and exposed. I knew he had a wife and children, and I knew the truth would unravel his world when it reached them. Revenge wasn't fulfilling, it wasn't sweet, but it felt like a stark, essential justice. What followed blurred into a haze. Lawyers, documents, the dismantling of the life we'd shared. Liliana begged for forgiveness, her tears and apologies relentless. But I couldn't unsee her betrayal or unhear her voice declaring love for another. The divorce was finalized months later. She moved out, her regret etched in every look, every unspoken word. I learned Daniel's wife had left him, taking their children. His reputation unraveled, his future in tatters. Their pain brought me no joy, only an empty void. Nobody emerged victorious. I sold our home and started over. The silence was overwhelming, the loneliness suffocating, but slowly, I rebuilt myself. I threw myself into work, rekindled old friendships, and found new interests. Gradually, life began to pulse within me again. I learned to breathe once more. Years later, I saw Liliana in a coffee shop. She looked weary, the light in her eyes dimmed. We spoke briefly, politely. The past hung between us, heavy but no longer suffocating. She offered an apology, and this time, I felt its genuineness. I forgave her, not for her, but for myself. Forgiveness didn't mean excusing her actions or erasing the past. It meant releasing the weight I'd carried. I chose liberation. The crimson stain of her betrayal had faded long ago. The pain had dulled, though the scars remained. Marks of survival, evidence of strength. A promise to myself that I would love again, wiser and more resilient. In that realization, I found a quiet triumph.